What up, guys? I'm at Viking Toy Channel. Can't believe I'm actually going to sit through the live Raw. I haven't done this in months. But I figured this was going to be a big night. This is basically the draft again, even though they're not calling it the draft, the annual draft. Superstar Shakeup. Well, for one, it hasn't even been a year since the draft. So obviously management is bored, stiff with how this is going. The excitement level in the draft is, there is none. So obviously they're jumping the gun here and trying to make things exciting again. It was already reported about 5 minutes ago, 10 minutes ago online that they already did a first trade off air, which was Apollo Crews from SmackDown the Raw, which I don't get, because if he wasn't getting used on SmackDown, he isn't going to get used on Raw. There's more people on Raw. And all he was involved with on SmackDown this whole year was what, that shoving game with Dolph Ziggler and Kalisto. Maybe he was on 2 pay-per-views. Oh, this is awesome. Miz is keeping up that dressing up like Cena gimmick. It is pretty damn funny. He's starting off Raw straight out the gate. And seeing Maurice dressing like Nikki Bella ain't too bit shabby either. But yeah, we got Apollo Crews to Raw so far. I've already read online that some returning tag team champions from the past are going to be on Raw tonight. Who the hell could that be? That could be anybody. It said returning tag team, so hopefully they're not using a play on words. Like, for all we know, it could be like Jinder Mahal and Drew Galloway or something. Who knows? You know, we don't know. But hopefully it's something exciting. It just has me wondering who the hell it could possibly be. I mean, what tag team is not in the WWE right now that was tag team champions? Eminem and Johnny Nitro is not leaving Lucha, I can tell you that, as the champion. And Mercury is not with the company anymore. Haas and Benjamin. That could be. Wow, that's probably going to be it. I'm going to put dollars to donuts on that, because I have read Benjamin is cleared medically, ready to go. I don't know that Haas still wrestles, though. But God, that would be cool. I'd love to see those guys back. See them versus the Alpha Males. And we'll have to see if this is true. I've already read online that Charlotte and Sasha Banks are going to SmackDown. And Alexa Bliss is going to Raw. And see, you're probably wondering why are they doing 2-on-1? Because, well, obviously Nikki Bella's gone. If she returns. I know I've read a few other things, but I can't remember. But I'm going to pause it for now. I want to hear this promo. Because I'm on fire with The Miz right now. I think he's doing great. And this better be leading to something for this poor guy. He's had two solid years. He should be back in the main event by now. Alright. Well, Miz and Maurice were doing the bit that John and Nikki went to Hollywood and were thrown out because they suck as actors and they come off as fake and robotic. And they're coming back for the Superstar Shakeup. And then, lo and behold, Dean Ambrose's music hits, and they're saying he's on Raw now. So Dean's on Raw as the Intercontinental Champion. So I could assume the U.S. Champion's going to SmackDown. Alright, so far this is totally different from the drafts and the trades from the first time around, whenever that was, 10 years ago. Well, apparently they just now said it didn't make any sense because they just have these guys on the show. Miz and Maurice are on Raw now too. So is Dean Ambrose. They just had them come out and they hyped Dean Ambrose on Raw, and Miz and Maurice had to tell the crowd that they were on Raw too. So I guess this is how the night's going to operate. But that whole bit was about Dean Ambrose coming out and thinking Miz and Maurice were Cena and Nikki and wishing them the best, and then, of course, Miz had to reveal to him that he wasn't John Cena, and then, of course, he dropped him. But, tonight, interesting match. You're going to have the Revival versus the New Day. They're jumping right into that one. I know why. See, I knew there was more. Supposedly the New Day is being moved over to SmackDown too. So they're probably going to have maybe the Revival go over them here tonight. Which would lead to something, you know, further down the road, maybe at next year's WrestleMania or the Rumble or something like that. Interesting. So we're going to have to see. Well, now that I think about this while this is on commercial, it's interesting because Dean's moved to Raw. And that means his girlfriend, I just could say her name a minute ago. Renee Young. Well, I've been watching Divas late at night. And this is around the time last year of when they were doing the draft. And it was showing how Naomi was pitching a fit, talking about how maybe her and Jay would probably end up getting divorced because they would never see each other. And Renee was all up in arms, saying if she wasn't on the same show as Dean, that she would quit and look for work other places. And all the girls were bitching and moaning, complaining. Well, obviously they weren't very big fans of the WWE because they don't know how the draft works. This is going to be a yearly event, so I'm curious to see where Renee Young ends up. There's the potential that Naomi and Jey Uso are separated. For all the couples, because like I said, Carmella's dating Big Cass, but I didn't hear anything about Carmella being moved, and I don't think Enzo and Cash are going anywhere. So this might be interesting. I just don't want to sit here for 3 straight hours to find out. Ugh, right? Alright, well, bear with me. It's still on commercial. God, now that I think about it, I'm kind of pissed off that Miz and Maurice are now on Raw. Because I do not see them making The Miz a world champion on Raw. I could see it on SmackDown. Even though he was the Raw champion before. I don't know. I could be wrong, though. I know they've moved him to Raw because he's red hot right now as a heel. But, God, I don't know. Like I said, I'm not very thrilled about it because I like Miz right now. And for me to like Miz, he's earned it. New Day's out now. I read online Kofi Kingston got hurt. And they're coming out and they have like a black sex doll wearing New Day gear. Big E's holding him. And that's supposed to be Kofi. But they're supposed to be fighting the Revival here. I'll let you guys know after the match who wins. Well, that was the end of the New Day Revival match. And like I predicted, Revival won over the New Day. They damn near killed Xavier with their finishing maneuver at the end. I'm sure they'll show that again on replays on probably SmackDown or something. Or Raw next week, but it was killer. So, yeah. New Day loses to the Revival. Nothing new yet on any more people moving. Backstage promo skit, whatever, between TJ Perkins and Neville. And Neville was trying to blame TJ Perkins' career or lack thereof recently all on Austin Aries. Austin Aries has been, in one match, and he's trying to play mind games with TJ Perkins, trying to tell him his downfall is all because of Austin Aries. But Austin Aries versus TJ Perkins is going on later on tonight. So I'm sure that's leading to something. Maybe TJ Perkins is turning heel. Who knows? Next up, we got Hawkins in the ring. I'm sure he's going to get jobbed out again to somebody. Well, Hawkins was in the ring. His big announcement was he's on Raw. He didn't get much out. And all of a sudden, Big Show came out. He walked to the ring. Hawkins was trying to welcome him, and he got knocked out. So, Hawkins is on Raw. Woo! Well, the Arians-Perkins match was alright. Aries was getting in control at the end. He was getting ready to put TJ Perkins away. And, of course, Neville, who was sitting at the announcer's booth, was a distraction. Aries fought him off, then dared him to come into the ring, and basically Perkins turned heel and attacked Aries. He did that after, though. He schoolboyed Aries and pinned him when Neville was distracting. So TJ Perkins is now a heel. Come back from commercial, and Rollins is in the ring. showboating about Mania. Angle comes out and congratulates him and tells Rollins that he's not going anywhere. And then, of course, Samoa Joe comes out and starts attacking Seth Rollins. So I'm sure this is leading to a match. We had another match on Raw. It was Charlotte versus Nia Jax, and it was pretty much just Nia Jax beating the piss out of Charlotte for a fairly short match and an easy win. We came back from commercial, and now Finn Balor is back, and he's having a debut match against Jinder Mahal. I always want to say Ginger. The match is still ongoing. I don't know who's going to win, but of course we all know who's going to win. Another short match, but I was watching some stuff on YouTube. Jinder must have really been laying in the punches. Yeah, they're showing an elbow right there. But Finn Balor's all red here. He's got a scrape here. His chest is all beat red. This match was only maybe 2-3 minutes long. So Jinder must have really been laying in the shots that he could get, trying to look good. And of course he lost the coup de grace. But yeah, he lit Finn Balor up though. Well, right after the match, the lights went out in the arena, and on the jumbo screen hit Bray Wyatt. Now, I'm pretty stoked about that. I guess it explains his title run on SmackDown. He did say he's still going to be fighting Randy Orton at Payback, but why? It's pointless. We can already chalk it up as Randy Orton winning. But he's calling out Finn Balor already. He told him he came to Raw for a special reason, and he has his eye on Finn Balor, and Finn Balor needs to watch himself. So that's setting up for the next feud, which would be really good. The Demon versus the Eater of Worlds. So that's really the biggest thing so far in this shakeup. Miz and Maurice got a pop, but the arena blew up when they saw Bray Wyatt. So Bray Wyatt's moved to Raw. Next match is Miz and Maurice versus Sami Zayn because of their beef backstage earlier, right when Raw started. This could potentially be Sami Zayn's last match on Raw. We'll have to see. They used to do that with the draft back in the day. Like when Eddie was champion. Oh, they let him come over to Raw and lose to Triple H in like a 3-minute match. And boy, did that piss the fans off. Eddie was red hot and Triple H beat him, didn't do anything. It sucked. So yeah, Zayn and Charlotte could potentially be on their way out, and they both lost. Well, Zayn hasn't lost yet, but I have a feeling he's going to. Okay, so we come back to Raw, and Cole is interviewing Roman. There we go. And he's kind of gloating about WrestleMania, talking about he had to do what he had to do, but it did destroy him a little bit after to take out a legend that he respected. Still playing the baby face. And then Braun Strowman interrupted, started kicking his ass. It's a pretty entertaining backstage bit. Strowman threw Roman about 10 feet through the air over a packing case onto a table, which he went through. Threw him a few times into a loading garage door. Power slammed him on top of a cable box. Then, of course, the security came and broke him up, and they were loading Roman onto a stretcher, an ambulance team. And Strowman came back, fought off the ambulance team, grabbed the stretcher, and went out to the loading dock and threw Roman Reigns off the loading dock and on the stretcher. Granted, it wasn't a very clear shot, and you couldn't really even tell if Roman was still on the stretcher when he did it, but that's what they're going for. But it was funny, during the whole beatdown, you can faintly hear the crowd in the arena chanting, "You deserve this. You deserve this." And then when he got thrown off the loading dock, they chanted, "Thank you, Strowman." So Oh, God. They're loading him into the ambulance. And, of course, here comes Strowman again. And he's beating Roman Reigns up in the ambulance. I don't know. I think he's going to try and steal the ambulance now. Not too sure. He's closing the doors. He's trying to flip the ambulance with Roman in it. He's lifting it, but it's got to be a stunt. I can see the front end of the ambulance. They're showing a view of the back. I don't know how the hell they're doing it. You can see some sort of bracer in the road by the tires. Maybe that helped flip it. I don't know. But yeah, he just flipped an ambulance with Roman Reigns in it. I thought maybe this was the returning tag team match they were talking about. But it just turns out this is the Hardy Boys. It was a 4-team tag team match. And I thought that was supposed to be the mystery returning team. But the Hardys were on Raw last week, so that can't be them. It still kind of bothers me, though, that they're back to with the old Hardy Boy music. They're still doing the broken gimmick on the indie scene. I don't know why they're not doing it on Raw. What was the point of bringing them back if you're not doing it? They don't want to pay them or something? So I guess it's their creative, whatever, but I don't know. Let's see how this wait, something's going on. Oh, jeez. Elias Sampson's out on the stage. He's not a tag team champion. It didn't say what brand tag team champion is. Was he an NXT tag team champion? And he was supposed to be on SmackDown, so he made it to Raw. Wow. So I guess that's it. That's another one. Elias Sampson's on Raw now. And I heard Michael Cole say that Rhino and Heath Slater had a Superstars match earlier in the night. So I guess that means they're on Raw now too. There's a lot of people moving around. I don't remember this much action going on in the old drafts back in the day. Like maybe they'd move 3-4 people. They'd move a top guy, and they'd maybe move 3-4 other people. I mean, they've moved quite a few people already. But I'm sure Hardys are winning this match. I can't see them losing 2 weeks into their return. Yeah. We'll see, though. They did a backstage bit with Emelina and Dana Brooks, and Emelina was trying to recruit Dana Brooks as her new little protege, or biatch. And Dana Brooks set her straight, said she's no longer a follower, and she's following her own path, and nobody's going to boss her around anymore. Next segment was Sasha Banks coming down to the ring, and she called out Bayley. Bayley talked about her WrestleMania moment. And Sasha Banks interrupted her about her WrestleMania moment and said that her time was up. That moment was over. And she was about to hit her up for some sort of a title match or match. And lo and behold, Alexa Bliss's music hit. And just like the rumor said, she's going to be on Raw. She's now on Raw. So I would say SmackDown's definitely getting rated of its top talent. And the show's not even over yet. Sweet Jesus, in a stunning event here, while Bliss went on to go talk her smack, out comes Mickie James. So now she's on Raw. There's a lot of people on Raw now, but granted, there's probably going to be a big shift tomorrow night too on SmackDown. I'm sure Sasha Banks won't even be in Raw anymore after tomorrow night. Damn. Bliss and James are moved. And then while Mickie James was out talking her smack to Bliss, out came Battle Cow, annihilated James, annihilated Sasha, annihilated Bayley. Bliss ran out of the ring. And this segment ended with Battle Cow holding the women's title over Bayley. Good segment. Are Bliss and Battle Cow working together? Like I said, Bliss was the only one untouched, and they met on the ramp after the beatdown and gazed at each other. And Bliss started to smile, and Battle Cow walked to the back. So are they in cahoots now? Which wouldn't make any sense. If Battle Cow thinks she should be the women's champ, why is she going to help Alexa Bliss win the title? But next match is the United States Champion versus the Intercontinental Champion. I wonder if it's belt for belt. And I guess that means Kevin Owens is going to go to SmackDown. Well, shockingly, Ambrose won the match. And then Jericho came out and laid the waste to Owens. So obviously Jericho's not gone. I guess he did sign another month or two long contract. So I guess we can expect that match at Payback. But that's it for now. That was quite the shakeup. I'm sure tomorrow is going to be just as shocking. Obviously, if that many people came over to Raw, there's got to be that many people, if not more, going over to SmackDown. Oh, shit. Well, I guess that means AJ Styles is staying on SmackDown now, doesn't it? Which is, I think, is good. Because now he can fight Nakamura and Kevin Owens. I'm sure Owens is going over. He's got to. Now that I think about that, yeah. So AJ Styles is still on SmackDown. That's awesome. All right. Well, that's it for now. I guess I'll do the other one tomorrow. I should have thought about that before I did this. But it was a pretty good Raw. This was, like I said, it's just the draft. They're just calling it something different. It's the yearly trades that they would do. Instead of doing a whole new draft, they would just do trades. And basically, tonight, they just saved us from the stupid bingo balls with the names on it like they used to do in the past. And that would eat up like 5-10 minutes a segment for every name on it or every trade. I guess it was done better this way. It was more of a surprise, and they could set up storylines instead of having, like Vince or Steph or whoever on, like I said, on the ramp, spinning a bingo machine around, picking names. So yeah, they did it a little bit differently, but that's all it is. It's the draft. Where was that new tag team that was coming back from the past? Was it supposed to be Rhino and Slater? That doesn't make any sense. And it doesn't make any sense to be the Hardy Boys. But everything else that I read so far came true. So that's it for now, guys. Big shake-up on Raw. I'm sure it's going to be just as big tomorrow. If you like what you saw, hit like, leave a comment, tell me what you think. Tell me who you're shocked who came over. Share, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'm finally at 230. Sweet Jesus, I got out of the 220s. That took months. It was like a curse. So like I said, welcome new subscribers. Like I said, that's it for now. So I'll see you guys tomorrow, obviously, if I'm making a SmackDown video. So that's it for now. Mad Viking out.